call Allah Yahawah, by Hashem, yahawashi, by Hashem, Rahakwadash. That's who this world ending calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity, raising up the tabernacle of David, seeking out the elect in these last days. And shalom to the few Akwaf that watch and believe. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Coming with a quick hit today, based on an article, man. Everything is going into this hurricane. You know, these natural disasters that are happening right now. I am currently in South Carolina, which we were affected by it. You know, we got a bad storm. We had flooding in some areas. You know, power outages, trees, and all type of debris. You know, and just want to get into how, you know, how the Lord is this is from the Lord. You know, when you see natural disasters like this, the Lord sends these things. You know, earthquakes, you know, hurricanes, tornadoes, you know, ice storms, snowstorms. You know, these things come of the Lord, man. And you know, in the scriptures it shows you how, you know, He says He will, He can do these things. You know, but also want to talk about how people were, you know, panic buying and you know, basically just lost. You know, people out here in this world, in America. I'm not even saying this world. I'm saying America predominantly, because America's never really been through anything, man. But what 9/11, you know, with Pentagon, all that, and it's never really been hit or struck hard by anything, you know. So the Americans here have it kind of easy, man. And for us in South Carolina, you know, we don't normally get type of weather like this at all, you know. So for it to come, you know, it was you know, very off guard and, you know, unexpected, you know, because this is not a state that's prepared to deal with these type of weather conditions, you know. But just as the Lord can send a storm this way, you know, just as quick as He can send destruction, you know, through a city or a state, you know, it will be just as quick as He's gonna return, man. When, like He said, when He come back, He's gonna be like a thief in the night. It's gonna come out of nowhere. But I'm gonna start reading. It says, Hurricane Helene, now one of the deadliest storms to hit the U.S. this century. You know, and that right there in itself is self-explanatory too, man. You know, it's, when you see rare weather conditions that don't happen or haven't happened in a while, and considering the times that we're in with all these prophecies that are coming to pass and hasten, you know, we know that's the Lord. That's through the Lord. That's through Yahawah by Hashem yahawashi. It says Hurricane Helene death toll surpassed 200 on Thursday as rescue crews searched for survivors 1 week after major storm made landfall in Florida and brought flooding rains across the U.S. Southeast. You know, it was flooded everywhere, man. It says at least 215 deaths confirmed so far make the storm the third deadliest of the 21st century after Hurricane Katrina in 2005 with 1,392 deaths, and Hurricane Maria in 2017 at least 2,975 deaths. The only hurricane deadlier than Helene over the past 60 years was Camille, per Yale Climate Connections. You know, so and I seen something on TikTok that said the path of this storm was going through sundown towns, and it went through a town that I think recently killed a Jake, hung a Jake or something like that. It didn't get enough justice. I gotta find out his name. Hopefully by the end of the video I can put it in the description and I'll look it up and find it again. But this brings me back, you know, seeing basically seeing how much destruction a hurricane can do. or you know, water, water itself, coming from Yahawah, it puts you in a different perspective, man. You know, and it reminded me of a scripture that the brother Yahawah brought out on his plow, coming out of Isaiah chapter 29, I think. I'm gonna go to 29 and 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise." And see, before the storm had hit, I was at work. I worked third shift, man, on the plantation or whatever, and the power had went out a day before the storm had came, because we had clouds already coming in. You know, we had lightning clouds, thunder, before the rain even hit a day before, and it shut the lights off in our whole plant. You know, and that's just a perfect example of how the Lord said, you know, that thou should be visited with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise. You know, because it was loud. You could hear the lightning from outside. You know, and it struck the building. And I work in a big plant, huge plant, about the size of a mini city. You know, and you know, it did damage. it did damage, man. You know, lightning is a serious form of energy. You know, that the Lord has made, man. I'm not. But it says, let me finish the scripture. It says, and I'm driving right now, so y'all gotta bear with me. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and with great noise, and with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire." Man, see, he said with storm and tempest. When you go into tempest, that's a very, very windy, strong, destructive storm, man. You know, and Hurricane Helene had got up over 70+ mile-per-hour winds, man. And now Milton is getting over, I think, 125+ mile-per-hour winds right now, man. It's going through Florida, man. You got the whole state of Florida right now evacuating, you know, coming up, and they're coming from the bottom of our state, because they gotta come through South Carolina to get up to wherever they're gonna go, which is either South Carolina, North Carolina, or Georgia, wherever, you know, their family may be, or wherever they have to go. But you know, he sent a strong tempest with that hurricane, man. And the Lord talks about, let me get the blue letter, actually. But like I said, I seen something that said, you know, the elder of the camp was telling me that, you know, there's sundown towns through the towns that was flooded and that was washed away, going through like North Carolina and I guess Florida too as well. I mean South Carolina as well. Was that 29.6? Slovakia. Let's see. Get that tempest. Tempest. There we go. Tempest. A whirlwind. A storm. So see, a strong. It's just a hurricane. Oh, okay. See, I ain't even know that the Strong's definition specified that a hurricane. So a tempest is a hurricane, man. You see, I always thought it was just a strong storm, you know, a whirlwind, you know. But yeah, a hurricane, man. That's a tempest, man. And this is what the Lord is doing. Like I said, the Lord told us in Esdras, that he would begin to visit the earth that he made, and you would see divers, earthquakes and disasters and things of that nature. Let me see. That's the second Esdras, I think, 15? Let me see. Let me get over. Is it this one? No, it's... Like I said, brothers, I'm driving, trying to pay attention at the same time. says there to be seen earthquakes. So that's not the scripture I initially wanted. But the point was that this hurricane came of the Lord, and he's sending another one. And he has what, 3 forming at the same time. You got one headed towards Europe, Milton, that's about to make landfall today, or which probably just did. And then you got another one, I think that's forming. You know, these things come of the Lord, man. You know, these natural disasters come of the Lord. This is how the Lord is showing his power in these last days, man. You know, but people that don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, you know, that are not in truth, they won't understand these things, you know, when they see them. Like I said, they just look at it like a storm come. We gotta go get this, that, and this, that, and the third. You know, they're not thinking they're not thinking spiritual about it. You know, they're not thinking spiritual about it. We got one more scripture, man. Let me see. This is Psalms. I think it was 83. Yeah, 83 and 12. It says 15. It was a point. I'm gonna just read from 12. It says Psalms 83. Who said, let us take ourselves the houses of Yahawah in possession? O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind. And as fire burneth the wood, and as flame setteth the mountains on the fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, which is that hurricane, you know, that big storm, and make them afraid with thy storm. You see, and you see that like brothers, a lot of GMS brothers was posting. People already panic buying due to the ports being out and the storms and all this. Like say the scriptures say, what does the scripture say? Persecute them with thy tempest, to make them afraid with thy storm, man. You know, you see, us that have faith, that are in this walk, we don't worry about things like this, because why? We've already been pre-prompt that it's coming, that things like this are coming. You know, we've already been we've already been told, or we already had the knowledge of these things, man, and where these things come from. You understand? And there's gonna be much more natural disasters that come to the earth the closer and closer he gets. Look at that. Look at how big these hurricanes are getting. Category 5. Katrina was a 3. You know, Katrina was a 3. This was Helene was a category 4. Now Milton's a category 5. They're telling people to, if you don't evacuate, you will die. It's getting real, man. And the Lord is not playing with his judgment, man. The Lord is judging Babylon and judging the inhabitants of the land, man. You know, anybody that can't see that, hey, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, but that was just a quick hit on that little article. Until next time, Shalom.